Hi guys and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 28 of the 2018-2019 Premier League season. Now unfortunately Nathan can't join us this evening, he's otherwise engaged, but what he has done, he has left me his predictions for this week's fixtures. But before we get on to week 28, let's have a look back at how well we got on in week 27. So as you can see, Nathan came away with 5 points, he had one perfect score which was the Arsenal versus Southampton match, and myself, I came away with 7 points, predicting 2 perfect scores. That was the West Ham victory over Fulham and, like Nathan, the Arsenal victory over Southampton. Overall now, Nathan has 186 points and I have 203 points. Looking in the comment section, top scorer of the week was Bravo Plays with a magnificent score of 15 points. So Bravo Plays, well done. For those playing along in the Fantasy Football League, calculations are still being performed at the moment, so I'll get on to that in the next video. But without further ado, let's crack on and make some predictions. First up, we've got Cardiff City coming up against Everton. Now Cardiff got thumped 5-1 at home last time against Watford. Watford superb on the evening, although Cardiff should have had a penalty, and that would probably have taken them to 1-1. However, as I said, magnificent Watford were on that evening. In this particular fixture, Cardiff really have got to pick up some points in this match. Southampton, I know they lost today away against Arsenal, but if they want to keep ahead of Southampton and out of that relegation zone, then they really need to beat the Toffees in this fixture. And I actually can see them doing this. Everton haven't been in great form themselves. They didn't play in week 27. Gives them a little bit of a rest, but I think Cardiff normally bounce back in some sort of way after suffering a defeat of sorts, and I'm sure Neil Warnock will have them fired up for this fixture, and I can see Cardiff running out with this one 2-1 victors. And Nathan is in the same mind of me. He thinks Cardiff are going to win this one 2-1 as well. Next up, we've got Huddersfield against Wolves. Huddersfield all but down at the moment, and I can see Wolves winning this one 1-0. I think it's going to be a tight affair, but Wolves carved out that 1-1 draw against the Cherries Bournemouth over the weekend. And I think they're going to, against Huddersfield, who aren't really in the best of form, haven't been in the best of form all season, you could say. And Nathan agrees, he's gone for a 3-0 victory to Wolves as well. Next up, we've got Leicester against Brighton. Leicester, earlier today, as I'm recording this on Sunday, disposed of the services of Claude Puel. Now, whether that'll give Leicester a bit of a bounce, it remains to be seen. And I think it will, because they're coming up against a Brighton team. Didn't play this weekend, of course. I've only won, I think, once since around about early December. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's in the league, of course. I can't see them going to Leicester and winning this one, especially with probably a new manager in charge or a caretaker boss in any case. And I can see Leicester winning this one 2-1. Nathan, on the other hand, thinks this is going to be a stalemate, and he's gone for a 1-1 draw. Next up, we got Newcastle against Burnley. Burnley, fantastic at the moment, carving out a brilliant victory against Tottenham. Newcastle as well, beating Huddersfield at home 2-0. But I think Newcastle are just going to come away with 3 points in this fixture, and I'm going for a 1-0 victory to the Magpies. And Nathan has a difference of opinion in this one. He's going for a 1-1 draw. Next up, we've got Arsenal against Bournemouth. Arsenal coming off that victory against Southampton, which they won 2-0, and the Cherries drawing at home against Wolves. They don't travel very well, Bournemouth, so I'm going for a 3-1 victory for the Gunners in this fixture. And Nathan, he's going for a similar scoreline, but he thinks it's going to end up as 2-1 to Arsenal. Next up, we've got Southampton against Fulham. Southampton find themselves in the relegation zone along with Fulham. It's going to be a tight affair, but I think the Saints can narrowly beat Fulham in this fixture 2-1, and they need to win this one to get 3 points to climb out of the relegation zone. Nathan agrees, however, he's going for a straight 2-0 victory to Southampton in this one. Next up, we got Chelsea against Spurs. Chelsea, just as I just said, losing out in the Carabao Cup against Manchester City. They really, gave Manchester City a real good game there, apart from the shenanigans at the end. Whether this is going to take a toll on them mentally or physically, having as Spurs have had one more day rest, I'm not so sure, as I see this one ending up as a 1-1 draw. Nathan, on the other hand, thinks this is going to be a comprehensive victory to Spurs, and he's gone for a 3-0 win for the Whites. Next up, we've got Crystal Palace against Manchester United. Crystal Palace having a fine victory against Leicester City, beating them 4-1 over the weekend. Manchester United, of course, played out that 0-0 draw against Liverpool. And in this fixture, I think Manchester United are going to go away to Crystal Palace and carve out a 2-1 victory. And they need it because they need to get back into the Champions League places, what with Arsenal leapfrogging them over the weekend. Nathan as well, he agrees, and he's gone for a 2-1 victory to the Manchester United as well. Final fixture of this game week sees Liverpool against Watford. I think this is going to be probably the best game of the game week, as Watford were magnificent against Cardiff on Friday evening, and Liverpool really they're just 1 point ahead of Manchester City now in the title race. I think it's going to be an excellent game, but I've gone for a narrow 2-1 victory to Liverpool in this one. I think Klopp's going to have them fired up for this. Nathan's gone for a little bit more comprehensive, and he's gone for a 3-1 victory to the Reds in this fixture. So that concludes our predictions for week 28 of the 2018-2019 Premier League season. As always, I'm going to leave a template of the fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste those fixtures into your comment, and like Bravo Plays this week, you too could get a shout out in the next video. But for now, I'll leave you to enjoy the football over the next few days. Remember to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll see you in the next video.